Hello, guys. Welcome back to SWS Boxing. Delighted to be joined with Lewis Oakford. He is now 2-0, and last time I had him on, he was 1-0, but now he's 2-0. And again, of course, he's beaten another prospect in Ross McGuigan, and you won 60-54. Did you feel comfortable in there?
Yeah, I was quite comfortable in there, to be honest. I didn't really have many problems. I didn't really get hit that clean at all in any of the rounds. I didn't really remember getting hit that clean, but other than a headbutt, which was a clean hit headbutt. But it was yeah, that was the only bit of adversity I had to come over. But other than that, yeah, I was all right.
Mm-hmm. So were you happy with your performance as he was? I've seen the odd clip, and in the clips that I've seen, he looks like he was holding a bit.
Yeah, there was a lot of holding. There was definitely a lot of holding in that fight. But I think that also, I was happy with my performance to a certain point. I think that I might have just kind of chased the big punches a little bit. I didn't use my jab as much as I would have liked to, but that's just being critical. Obviously, so there's things to work on and stuff for the next fight. But we are learning as we go, and it was my York Hall debut, which was good, and also I think that the occasion might have maybe got to me a bit, and I might have tried to, like I said, chase that big punch, but yeah, so a little bit of the boxing basics I might have left at home, but
do you think you had him hurt at all?
Yeah, I definitely had him hurt. Definitely had him hurt a couple of times. But he done he done well to survive those shots when he got hurt. He done well to weather the storm and tie up a lot. He was tying up definitely a lot, trying to sort of holding on to my arm in a way so I couldn't sort of release that arm. And so in a sense of like surviving on his part, he done pretty well in that respect. Because when I did hurt him, I think probably what I could be critical about myself in is that I didn't choose just the right shots to maybe finish the job. But it's one of them things. We go back to the drawing board. We work on these things. So when we get back into those situations again, we much more clinical.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Other than that, I enjoyed it. The whole experience. Like I said, being
at York, 6-rounder.
Yeah, for a first 6-rounder as well. I could have done 8 in there really. So hopefully, the 8-rounder will be coming. I think I'm gonna do another 6, and I think I want to go straight to an 8. So yeah, yeah.
Because you've beaten 2 solid opponents in your first 2 fights.
Yeah, and that's good. I'm happy with that progress there, because I could have easily chosen the the route of just fighting a few journeymen and easier fights that wouldn't necessarily have taught me much, and I wouldn't have really felt like I'd really improved as much, I guess. So I think with these 2 fights here, there's been a lot that's gone on in both of them fights. One being an away fight, which was quite hostile in terms of the crowds and sort of kind of being a little bit away from where from my supporters and stuff like that in a sense. But so going through that and then going into my first home show, having supporters there, against the prospect, against someone that's had a winning record, just fought on Sky Sports in his fight before mine. So there's a lot of pressure in a sense, but that's the sort of pressure that I like, and I feel like that's what sort of is urging me to want to take these challenges. And we've got another pretty tough challenge in our next fight as well. So
is it Ethan King? It says on BoxRec.
Yeah. I mean, he's got a 2-2 record, but he seems to. I've seen some bits and pieces and stuff.
He thought that Nathan, what was he called?
I thought it was Kevin Queerly or something.
Yeah, he lost by 1 point.
Right. And I've, what I'm saying, and so that Queerly guy, Nathan is I think he's like, I think he's ranked 26 or something like that. So
and he's like 13-0 or something.
Yeah. But again, it's like some fighters have big records like that, winning records, and it's nothing against them at all. I think that everyone takes their path and the route that they take, but when you look at his record and maybe who he's fought, he hasn't really fought many prospects. He's probably majority of the fighters that he's fought have got losing records, which doesn't speak that volumes to the record itself. So, but that's the thing. That's everyone takes their own path, and I've got nothing against that. At the end of the day, if you're fighting journeymen to pad up the record or try and you sort of get settled into the pro ranks, that's great. At the end of the day, that's your route, that's your path. But obviously, I'm treading a bit of a different path. So my 2-0, I value it more than if it was a 6-0. If I was fighting journeymen, so it's just the perspective. So
So
that's
with
what we're doing.
you, are you trying to get out like before June, maybe like in May, like because you went in the away corner on your debut? Could we see you in the away corner, or are you just focused on fighting on home shows now?
No, you could definitely see me in the away corner. I wouldn't write that off completely, Sam, because obviously, if something pops up that makes sense, and we feel like we're ready to take the challenge, then yeah, why not? Do you know what I mean? Like you said, done it on my debut. Probably the most pressured time to ever do something like that. I've done that already, so that's not. It's definitely not. I wouldn't write that off completely. So we'll just see how it goes. See what pops up, see what Steve might suggest.
So do you think
Yeah.
like in maybe July or like August, September time that you'll be fighting for the southern area if everything goes to plan?
Yeah, I mean, as soon as possible, I would love to. You know what I mean? I think that the southern area might be more realistically the beginning of 2024, but still around that sort of time, I guess. So, maybe beginning of 2024, we're looking for that. Um, yeah, but as soon as possible, I would love to. You know what I mean? I feel like I would love to fight for the southern area now, of course, but that's just a fighter's mentality. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's something that definitely, if it comes sooner than later, then that's brilliant. And until then, we just
But
keep.
just keep beating these other prospects, and I'm sure your opportunity on the big stage or just titles will come about eventually.
Oh, 100%. Definitely. Definitely. That's it. We just got to keep working away, staying focused, and sooner or later, these opportunities will present themselves and we'll just take them with both hands, every single opportunity that comes, and we're definitely not going to be turning down any fight that makes sense. So
Do
as long as
you
it makes sense,
feel
yeah.
against Ross McGuigan, if it was like a 10-round fight, do you think you could have got him out of there?
Yeah, I do think that. Yeah, I do. I do think that I was slow. I was chipping away at him. I was slowly but surely overwhelming him. Even if it might have even been an 8-rounder, I think those last 2 rounds might have took everything out of him. I
He
saw him.
was knackered.
He was getting really tired in the. I think after the clash of heads happened and my eye opened up, obviously that brought a bit more of an adversity towards me that I had to sort of kind of be a bit more wary of it to make sure I didn't make it any worse or anything. Not that it stopped me from trying to still land big shots, but I do think still that if I had a bit more time in that fight, then I would have overwhelmed him at some point and caught him with another, a big shot and could have probably put him away. But we can't sort of talk about the what ifs and stuff, can we? Really, the fight was what it was.
And you got the win, which is just the main
Yeah,
thing.
that's the main thing. To getting the win, and just taking it in our stride and working on everything that we need to work on in order to come back. So when I get into those title fights, these Southern area fights, these
Like
English
a
title fights,
Mendez or somebody.
yeah, 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 we're ready to put things together properly. Yeah.
So it was your first time selling tickets against the fight against your fight just gone. How did that go? Did you do all right with your tickets?
Yeah, I didn't do too bad with the tickets. It was the first experience of having to sell tickets. Well, it was the second because the first one didn't go ahead, but I still managed to sell quite a few. And then obviously it was only about a week notice until that when that fighter pulled out. So it's the second experience, but it's the first time the supporters actually came out. But it didn't go too bad. We still managed to get over the line and make some money. And yeah, so hopefully for the next fight as well, it will be even better. Get a little bit more
Against
of a
Ethan,
emotional push.
against that Ethan Kim when you're fighting him,
Yeah,
is that at your call?
yeah,
It is.
yeah. That'll be at your call.
And is that 4 or 6 rounds?
6. Yeah, we're
Another
not going
six
back.
rounder.
Yeah, that's another 6 rounder. Yeah,
Do
that's
you
another
not
six
want?
rounder.
So, do you think that 1 4 rounder that you did against Devon? Do you think
Hmm.
that's because that fight was just a very good fight, and you thought you because if that was over 6,
Mm.
like you never know, because the fight was close. You never
Mm.
know. There might be like a rematch down the line for like you never know, like the Southern area or something. If you
Yeah.
both keep pushing forward and keep doing what you're both doing, then
You think that fight was close?
I thought it was close, but I thought the right man won.
Okay, no, fair enough. I mean, I think yeah, I think in a 4 rounder, it's tough to kind of score. I guess that he did something in the last. The only round that I would have given him it would be the fourth because he did catch me with a shot that you know, probably, made me
It
kind
was
of.
a bit of a dog fight.
Yeah, it was. It was 100%. Two debuts. Obviously, it was going to be a bit of a scrappy one, but yeah, I think I won
It
that
was a
kind of
good
comfortably.
fight.
Yeah. But we could meet each other later on down the line. So, I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's definitely not off the cards. I mean, if he keeps winning his fights, I mean, he won his fight after he lost against me. He won it
Like in the
the next fight.
first minute or something, I saw.
Yeah, it was like a real early stoppage against someone that hasn't got a win. So I think that, it's the guy pretty much he showed up to lose, really. But again, not going to take that away from the guy. But at the end of the day, if he keeps winning and keeps doing his thing, then we could definitely bump heads in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who knows? Who knows, Sam, what the future holds?
Do you know if Jamie Smith has because you spar him? Do you know if
Mm.
he's vacated his title yet?
No, I don't really know what's happening there. Too much. I don't know if I think he might be fighting for the English or something. I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure that must be his next steps, and he's probably got his eyes set on that. I don't know what's going to be going on with the southern area. Can't really speak too much on it. I don't really know too much about it, but it will make sense if that would be the case. It will be it will be ideal for me if that was the situation. But either way, if the belt's there, the belt's there. If it's my time to actually fight for it, um, I want to fight for it. And that's it really. So
So
yeah, we'll see.
but by the end of the year, how many what would you ideally how many more fights do you want this year?
Um, three,
So
three fight plan.
one in June.
Yeah, so we got the one in June, maybe one in September, and then sort of one in like December or something like that. So I don't know when exactly after this
Because
June
you
fight, but
never
we'll know.
know when
Yeah,
these
yeah.
opportunities
You
can
don't
come
know when they'll
about.
pop up. Exactly. Maybe it could be away fights, and I'm just talking about home shows. So when I'm saying free, that's home shows that we've pretty much confirmed that we can have free by the end of the year. But like we
Oh,
said, away fights can pop up, which can make it even more so. So long as I'm fit and healthy. Remember, obviously, I did get the clash of heads in that fight, which that has me. I'm not allowed to do obviously anything in 28 days and things like that sort of thing. So
so have
as
you
long
not
as
been back in the gym?
no, I've been training. I've been training, of course, but when you get injuries or whatever, that the board are quite strict on it and stuff. So you kind of has you sitting on the sidelines a little bit longer than you would like to.
Yeah, because when
So,
you get like a
yeah,
head clash, they put it
mm,
on your box rec that like you
yeah,
can't fight
suspended.
until a certain date for some reason.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Which is good. I obviously understand that they've taken the precautions and making sure that all fighters' well-being is looked after and stuff.
Where did you get cut?
You see just here on my left eye here, if I put it closer, there's a little bit of scar tissue there.
Yeah.
That's just it's healing up well though. Pretty good. Doctor done a good job. Just got the stitches taken out a few days ago, so we're all right. We're all right.
Well,
It's all
that's
good.
good. That's very good, mate. So so what is the goal like for the year? Just to stay active as possible and just take fights as they come about?
Yeah, so that's the one. That's the plan. Stay fit, stay ready. When the opportunities present themselves, we're just gonna We're going to take all challenges that progress, so we can progress through the rankings and ultimately get that title fight, no matter who's holding the belt at that time. We just, we're going to obviously take it with both hands, so long as we're in line for it. Anyone can get it.
And thank you for. Oh, wait, before I let you go, do you want to just shout out anyone? Thank sponsors, just anyone, trainer.
No, that's all good. I'll shout my trainer, Blast Fitness Studios, of course. Anyone that's in the Ealing area that wants to go down and do some training, some amazing boxing classes, fitness classes in general, in Blast Fit, Wow Workspace Studio. So yeah, go down there, try it out. I'm sure you'll love it. I'll shout out Trapaholic, a clothing brand that's on the rise, a really good clothing brand. Sworn to achieve despite adversity. I love that slogan. It's really cool. And definitely some more coming along. I'll shout out some more in the maybe the next interview we have. Maybe leading up to the next fight, we'll have another sit down and chat. Yeah.
Yes, mate. Keep doing what you're doing. And well done on the win the other week, mate.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Lewis. Yeah? Bye, mate.
See ya. Bye.